Today we will learn how to build this villager breeder. It is fully automatic, so does not need any player input. It separates adult villagers from baby villagers, and it has a minecart pickup system, so it's easier to transport the adults. All the items you need are listed in the description to the video, so without much further ado, let's get into the build. The breeder will occupy this footprint. The larger square is 11 blocks by 11 blocks, and in the centre to one side will be an additional area of 3 blocks by 3 blocks. The total height of the farm will be 10 blocks. First, find the centre of the 11 by 11 area. I've marked it with this red block here, and your dispenser will go 2 blocks over towards the side which has the additional 3 by 3 area and face back towards the centre. Using temporary blocks, build a tower of 6 blocks in the centre, and then on top place a bottom slab. Starting at this slab, go out by 4 blocks on each side. This will form the 9 by 9 planting area for the villagers. And once you've gone out by 4 blocks on each side, then infill each of the corners. Once you've built the 9 block by 9 block area, go to the side which has the additional 3 by 3 area, and in the centre place a trapdoor on this block here. Then either side place a temporary block and a tower of 2 blocks on top. I'm just using glass, but you can use whatever you like. Go inside and place 2 temporary blocks, and then a trapdoor on the face of this block here. Then go around the outside of the farm, building a 2 block tall wall. Once you've finished placing the glass wall, go back to the centre and place water on top of the slab, then a temporary block and a composter on top of the water. Place a glass block on top of the composter, and on each side of the glass place a torch. You'll also need to place a torch in each corner of the farm. This will make sure there's enough light in the farm so plants can grow. You can then start tilling the soil. Once you've finished tilling the soil, you'll need to put 2 villagers in the farm. The first villager will take the job of a farmer. You'll notice this when the straw hat appears. The second villager will not take a job. You'll then need to plant something. Carrots or potatoes will work. Just make sure you only use one type and you don't mix them up. I'm just going to use carrots here. And don't worry if you don't have enough to fill up the whole farm, because over time the farmer villager will fill in the rest for you. Now if you're building this in the open air, like I am, you need to be careful that lightning doesn't strike the villagers and turn them into witches. So you'll need to build a roof. I'm going to use bottom slabs, and it's probably best to avoid things like wood that could get struck by lightning and catch fire. So things like stone or copper are fine. I'm just going to use these deep slate tiled slabs. Once you've finished the roof, take any building block. I'm just going to use green stained glass so it's easier to tell where I'm starting. Go to the side with the hole, and either side of the trapdoor, come out by 4 blocks, and then infill the last 2. Then place 2 blocks on either side here. So you'll have a 2 block cap here with a trapdoor on one side, and you want to place another trapdoor on this side and open it. On this 3 by 2 platform, you want to place 3 beds, and you have to make sure it is in this orientation with the pillows facing back towards the planting area. Next, we'll create the drop chute for the baby villagers. So come underneath, and for this section I'm going to use blue glass, and come down by 4 blocks from this block here, as well as the 2 sides of the drop chute. So once you've done that, go over to your dispenser you placed at the start and place 5 blocks leading back towards the drop chute. Extend the 2 walls of the drop chute by a 2 block high wall, and remember to enclose it at the end. You can go inside and at the end place a water source block, then place a temporary block with 1 on top. Next, we will build the filter to separate the babies from the adults. So first, place 2 signs here, one on this block and one on that block. Then starting on top of the first sign, come out by 4 blocks and do the same on the other side. Place a temporary block and then another one at the end. Then a sign on this face here. Then go back to the furthest sign and place water on top. Go underneath, and you're going to place a block here, which is 2 blocks under the hole you formed at the end of the water. This is going to be where the adult villagers will be picked up. Place another block diagonally down to one side. So next, we're going to move on to the minecart pickup system. To take a regular rail and place it on this lower block, and then 2 powered rails back towards the dispenser. Place a regular rail on top of the upper glass, and then you can place one beneath, get rid of the one on top, and place it down to one side. Then enclose around this block where the adult villagers are going to be waiting. Next, place a button on the dispenser and remember to fill it with minecarts. Over time, the villagers will breed and it will try to run into the beds but fall down a drop chute and wait down here. Eventually, the baby will grow into an adult and be lifted up by the water and will land here. Then, to pick him up, you press the button on the dispenser. It will dispense a minecart and pick up the villager. If you ever want to turn off the farm, just place a block here. That way the villagers won't be able to see the beds and they won't produce any babies. And that's the end of the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, and if you really liked it, please hit that subscribe button. Thanks!